Hey everyone, today we're going to crack the code on a tense that you probably use all the time, maybe without even thinking about it, the simple present. But are you sure you know all the ways it really works? Let's dive in and break it all down. Okay, first things first, let's clear something up that trips a lot of people up. You've probably heard two different names for this tense, simple present and present indefinite. So, what's the deal? Are they different? Well, surprise, they're actually the exact same thing. Present indefinite is just a more old school name for it, so you can totally relax. It's just one tense with two different labels. Easy, right? So, now that we've got the name sorted, let's get into the fun part. What does this powerful little tense actually do? At its heart, the simple present is all about things that are stable, true, and happen regularly. You can think of it as the go-to tense for facts that don't change, routines you do every day, and just general states of being. Okay, so that's the theory, but how does this actually look in a real sentence? Let's break down the most common situations where you're absolutely going to need it. Think of these as your top 5 scenarios. If you're talking about a universal truth, a habit, a daily activity, something you own, or just a general fact, chances are the simple present is your best friend. Let's zoom in on a couple of these. First up, let's talk about the big one, universal truths. These are the fundamental facts about our world, the kind of stuff that's always true, no matter what. I mean, here's a classic example, right? The sun rises from the east. It did yesterday, it does today, and it's gonna do it again tomorrow. It's a permanent, undeniable fact, which makes it the perfect job for the simple present tense. All right, next up, we have habitual actions. This is what you use to talk about your routines, the things you do over and over again. Just think about your own schedule for a second. For instance, if we say, he gets up early in the morning, we're not just saying he's doing it right this second, nope. We mean it's his habit. It's part of his regular routine. The simple present is also how we talk about what we have or who we are. It's how we describe our current situation or things we possess. And a perfect example is something simple like, I have a car. It's not a temporary action happening right now. It's a statement of fact about your life. It's a state of ownership. So we've covered when to use the simple present. Now let's get into the how. How do you actually build these sentences? The good news is, there's a pretty straightforward formula. This table right here, this is basically your cheat sheet. Let's walk through it. For a positive sentence, it's just subject plus verb. But here's the golden rule. If the subject is he, she, or it, the verb needs that S. So, he plays football. Now, look what happens with negative sentences and questions. Our helper verbs do and does jump in. He does not play football. See how the main verb, play, lost its S? That's because does is doing all the work now. The same thing happens in the question. Does he play? Okay, theory time is over. You've seen the rules, you've seen the examples. Are you ready to put it into practice? Let's do a quick quiz to check in. Don't worry, this is just for fun. All right, first one. He blank the mountain. Should you use climb or climbs? Think back to that special rule for he, she, and it. And the answer is climbs, because our subject is he, a third-person singular pronoun. Our verb needs that S on the end. Awesome job if you got that one. Okay, next one for you. They blank on the road every day. Your options are played or play. That little phrase, every day, is your biggest clue here. The correct answer is play. Why? Well, they is a plural subject, so the verb doesn't get an S. Plus, because it happens every day, we know it's a habit, and that's a job for the simple present tense. And for our last one, she blank to the office every day. Is it going to be goes or go? And the answer is goes. It's just like our first question. The subject she is third person singular, so the verb go has to become goes. See? You're totally getting this. So let's boil this all down. If you remember just one thing from today, let it be this. You use the simple present when you're talking about things that are always true, usually true, or generally true. It's the language of facts, habits, and states. Simple as that. And this might feel like a small piece of grammar, but trust me, getting this right is a huge deal. It's one of those key steps that helps you communicate more clearly and just sound more natural and fluent in English. So, before you go, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Using what you've just learned, what is one universal truth that you can state right now? Go on, give it a try. You're already on your way to mastering this powerful tool. Thanks for hanging out with me today.